So
Oh
how's
my
your day
God.
going? Did you get to enjoy this beautiful day?
It was so nice out. Actually, I just stepped out to my on my deck, but it's such a long day at work. So
Did you have
it's
to go in today?
exhausting. No, I never go in.
Okay.
I just
So
have
you
like
just look cute for no
a
reason?
million meetings. Well, I just have a million Zoom meetings and we have client meetings.
Oh, so you look nice
Yeah,
for
but
that.
thank you. Yeah, when it's no client meetings, it's just heads down. I'm like in sweatpants
Right.
and yeah, totally. I said, okay, let me look normal. But yeah, it's supposed to be 77 tomorrow, y'all.
I know.
I'm gonna have to get out at
Well,
least.
definitely. My brain always go barbecue.
Uh,
Thanks, it's barbecue.
you know what? That's a
See?
good idea. We should grill tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put that bug in somebody's ear.
Beer and chicken. I don't know why it goes together. It just does. I don't know. Grilled chicken and beer. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Somebody raising their hand. Uh-oh. Why are you raising your hand? What's the matter? Go ahead.
Hello,
Hi there.
my name is Anthony Jones. I working as a board member at large with the Marlton Pool Association and here in the Marlton Development. We recently had a meeting and
Okay.
we're very hopeful that we're going to be opening this summer after Memorial Day.
Okay.
Having said all of that, our meeting included the swim team. They don't have a response yet from their organization on competition this year.
Okay.
However, we're planning on them being able to come in and have the different swim meets, et cetera. One of the other important aspects is we've undertaken several contracts to modify our pool facility to include a splash pad area and some other improvements. So we're crossing our fingers and dotting our I's and crossing the T's and hoping for the very best. A majority of our membership is from the Marlton community.
Right.
We look forward to serving the community this year. Last year, we were not able to open as there was no definitive guidelines for the pool at the time. And since we only operate during the summer, we found it important to look at the welfare and safety of our members as well as the community.
Okay.
As we move forward, we're very, we do want to acknowledge those who have donated to our organization from the community as well as the Prince George's County, as we are a 501(c) organization.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to participating in the Alliance, representing the pool facility, et cetera. And we welcome any suggestions that folks in the community might have to improve our operations, as well as letting folks know that our plan is to open this year.
Okay.
And just want to thank you again for acknowledging me as I represent the pool. And to also say that those of you in the community that would like to participate, we do have a membership requirement. However, we routinely allow day visitors to come to the pool, and I'm going to be your point of contact as it relates to the association. Is there any questions anyone might have of me other than what I've told you? The swim team is called Kingfish. They've been regionally recognized as champions in our community and have, for the last several years, won different swim meets throughout the region.
What was the date of the tentative opening?
After Memorial Day,
Okay,
the end of May,
end of May.
yes.
And just in case anybody missed that, that was for the Marlton Pool.
Yeah.
That's located on Old Colony.
Off of Old Colony, yes.
Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Anthony about the pool? Oh, how much is the membership?
Well, it varies based upon individual versus a family.
Okay,
I routinely just give a donation as an individual, but decided to just work with the pool association. Right now, our fees are approximately per family less than $200. We do have individual memberships. I might add, there are other activities other than just general open swim opportunities. There's classes and other aspects of fitness that we do perform there.
parties.
Yes, well, the parties are under contract agreement only.
Okay.
And so that's done based upon an application process. Individual membership is generally around $30.
$30
Yes,
for the summer, for the season?
for the season, yes.
And how much is it if you just want to drop in?
The daily rate is less than $10.
Okay. So when will you have like finalize the pricing and everything that you're gonna do? We could talk about that offline, but I want to put it on our website so that so everybody
Okay,
knows.
let me do this. I'll get with Lorraine and she's our secretary, and
Okay.
Maria is the president, and we'll send you a detailed listing.
Okay.
And these membership pricings, is it just for HOA, people that's a part of the HOA? This is outside of the HOA membership as well?
Yes, it is. It is outside of the HOA membership. Again, we are a 5013C, and typically hours of operation range between 9 a.m. to sunset, which is normally around 5:30 to 6 p.m.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Anthony? Okey dokey.
All right,
Thank you, Mr. Anthony.
I'll be turning off my mic until there's such time I need to speak during the Zoom.
Thank you.
All right.
Miss Regina, you're hiding. Are you ready?
Yes.
You want to share your
Have
screen?
you?
Share your screen, or are you just going to speak on it?
No, I'll share my screen. I'm
Okay.
having Zoom challenges now. I got everything mixed around.
See, you start
So-
showing that pretty face, and now you can't do anything else. See there? Got the light showing and everything.
Right. Okay, let me share my screen. It's like you have to go to full screen in order to share screen.
That
So,
helps.
All right, so for the treasurer's report, we had a beginning balance on December the 1st of $242. We have not received any deposits since December. We've had 3 service fee fees, one for January, February, and March. And the rental for the PO box was deducted for $34, leaving us with an ending balance of $178. So that concludes the treasurer's report.
Anyone have any questions about the treasury report?
I'll
Yeah,
figure out how
sure.
to stop sharing.
Okay. All right. So,
I'm sorry, I must have missed a couple of calls with the treasury report. How did this come about? When did this start? Where did the money come from? Did people make donations? How did this all start? Or is this a part of the HOA or outside? Because I'm not within the HOA. I'm just trying to understand. And I know I missed a couple of calls where this started, the beginning of this.
So we officially kicked off Marlton Neighborhood Alliance on September the 1st. We did send out communications to all of the HOAs and requested for them to pay dues. We have several different type of memberships. We have for the homeowners associations, there's a $250 annual fee. For any businesses or non-Marlton homeowners associations, i.e. like the pool, there's a $100 annual fee. And then we have individual dues for people that are not part of a homeowners association or their homeowners association has not paid their dues. If your homeowners association has paid the dues, then you're exempt from the individual fee. And that individual fee is $25 a year. We started off with 2 homeowners associations in the pool paying their dues, and we've used those funds since then to launch and pay for our website and to establish a PO box. And I think those are all of the fees that we've paid to date, but that drained account down.
and the
to-
bank fee. Bank fee too.
Say it again, Alexis.
And the bank fee.
And the bank fees, the monthly bank service charges, which is based on if we have a balance less than $500.
Which we clearly do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Any other?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the same thing you was gonna say. Any other questions regarding the treasurer's report or anything about our fees or dues?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
All right, can't complain. My name is Ovita Johnson. I live here in Malton off of Green Tea Turn, and I have not paid any fees for a very long time. I've been trying to reach out to, I can't remember his name, but he has a strong accent, and he was saying that something should be coming out, and I have not seen anything. So I would like to pay my dues if I am a part of this. So can you guys give me some type of direction?
So you said you're off of where?
Green
Where's-
Tea Turn.
Green
Oh,
Tea Turn.
I'm over here by the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay, and by chance, do you know the name of your association?
It used to be called Malton Commission.
Okay, Marlton Control
Oh.
Commission. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know the current status of them. I do have a point of contact that I can give you if you don't have it already.
Okay.
The name is Stafford.
Yes, that's who I spoke to.
Okay.
Okay. And he's telling me that something's going to be coming out and I haven't received anything. And I've been trying for a couple of years now.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, Marlton Neighborhood Alliance is separate from Marlton Control Commission. We're basically that body over all of the homeowners associations, which they pay into us. And I can definitely tell you, MCC has not paid their dues. I have a PO box for them. if you don't have that.
Mhm.
But
I
if
know
you
I
write a
don't have
check, it
that.
might never get cashed.
I know I think it fell off the face of the earth. That's what I'm thinking because I've been trying for years and I have not been successful yet.
Okay, well,
So
Well,
I'm trying to help out.
if you put your name and number in the chat, let us see if we can reach
Okay.
out and get some answers for you and assist you on that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when Jane Lowe left the community, that kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
thank you, Regina. Okay, Corporal Dixon Gambles. However you want to say it. I'm sorry. How we doing it? Corporal Dixon Gamble or Gamble?
So I put Gambill so you know who I am. I recently got married, so I just did a name change.
Congratulations. Okay.
Thank you. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm gonna be transitioning from Gambill to Dixon. So
Okay.
in the future it'll be just Dixon, but I'm trying to get everybody acclimated to what's going on here.
Yes.
How are you guys this evening?
She just wanted to make a brief note. She wanted to go ahead of you, and Eric. So she got stuff to do. So I'm
You didn't have
thankful
to
that she's
tell
here. So I wanted to make
everybody.
sure. But I said something, so
Do
I
a-
said like
do a
both of you.
private
You guys
note.
got my sorry. But yes, ma'am. Go ahead. I appreciate you being here.
No problem at all.
The only reason why I asked to do that today, by the way, is because I'm actually in Malton right now. I'm on Woodstock, and there's a lot of activity out here, and I want to be able to address this stuff as it's coming. I've already addressed 2 while you guys were doing your treasury report.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to push people along and get them out of Malton so you guys can have a safer community. But for those who don't know me, I am Corporal Dixon. I have been a police officer for 16 years now. So I am your community police officer in the Marlton community, and I'm also for the Greens of Marlton, as well, and some of Crane Highway on the side that Marlton is on. I want to go over some crime stats. The computer system that we use to obtain these stats kept crashing on me, and it crashed on me again today. I don't know what's going on. I don't think it likes me, but I do have several things that I do want to share with you guys that has went on in your community since January of this year. Okay, so the first thing that I do want to share is you guys had, so off of the 9500 block of Crane Highway, you guys had, there was a stolen vehicle that was reported. And that was on, see if it gives me 1/9 of this year, January the 9th. On the 13th of January, there was another stolen auto, but this was on Center Park Way. I believe that's the townhomes toward the back, not the newer ones, but the ones beside it.
Okay.
The next thing was there was an assault report, which there was a report taken, but this was off of Van Brady. So this is, you know, the houses and stuff that are behind Marlton. But I try to give the surrounding areas as well. The next one, there was another assault report, which was also a report written, and that was the 7500 block of Crane Highway. Let's see, we had a B&E that was on the 4th of January, that was on Duval Road. And then I think this is the last one that I was able to pull. You guys had a report of a citizen robbery on the 8th of January, which was on Paragon Court, which is right where I'm at. I'm at Woodstock Drive East at Paragon Court right now. But those are the stats that I was able to pull up. There were several, I had my coworker look at some real quick. There were several theft from autos. What we've been noticing is a lot of the theft from autos were as simple as people just leaving their vehicles unlocked and leaving valuable belongings in the vehicle. And we keep strongly encouraging citizens to take your valuables out of your vehicle and lock your doors, because an opportunist can only take something if the opportunity presents itself. And a lot of times this stuff is in plain view where they can see it. They tug on the door handle, they go in and they take it, and then they leave. And sometimes they do use force and break glass. But that's all the crime. Those are all the crime stats I have for now. The next time I meet with you guys, I'll definitely have more information to share. There was also a homicide earlier this year. They found I think that the male was in his 30s at Trump's Hill and Crane Highway. I did not see that in our stats, and it could be because when they investigated it, that it may have occurred somewhere else and they dumped him here. But he's off of our grid, so I don't know why, but I'm going to look more into it to see if that's what it is, because that's what normally happens if we can't pull up certain crimes anymore, because it originated somewhere else, but then the body got brought here. But I have been in your communities quite a bit so far, just trying to deter as much as I can. And I also want to share real quick before I open the floor for questions. You guys, I noticed in a lot of spots in Marlton, the lighting is very bad and poor. And a lot of times too, when people are parking their vehicles when it's dark or when it is light outside, they park their vehicles in a spot where there's poor lighting or no lighting. That also allows the opportunity of a criminal to break into the vehicle more than likely, because if you can't see me breaking into your car, the chances are I can probably get away with it versus going somewhere where it's well lit. So I wanted to share that with you guys real quick. Does anybody have any questions for me?
I have one to start out with. You didn't mention and I don't know, because it may have been another dump, I don't know. There was a death also, a homicide also on Trumbull and Fairhaven. Were you familiar with that one?
Was that this year?
Yes.
Do you know when this year?
Just heard it through the grapevine, but no, I didn't. I thought it was odd because no, people that I know around there hadn't said anything, call like, got a body over here. What's that? So
We haven't heard anything about it.
okay.
But at the same time, I do want to give you guys a heads up about this. We are very short staff and patrol, so they've been having us in community policing go and help patrol out. So our schedules have been all over the place, and sometimes if we're helping patrol, we don't hear a lot of the things that we would, or get the information that we would normally get. But I will look into that for you, and I will definitely get back to you guys on that, because I don't recall anything on Trumbull. I don't know if I was on vacation a week ago, and I've been
No, it wasn't that soon ago. It was a little while ago. Yeah.
But I've been taking leave because I'm at the end of my career where I'm getting ready to retire. So I've burned some leave, quite a bit of leave. So I don't know if it happened while I was out at some moment, but I'll definitely find out for you.
Okay.
I put a question in chat.
I see it. Do you receive noise complaints? If so, what is the time frame for the anticipating a response?
Okay. If you guys, so we in community policing, we don't have a patrol schedule. So we're normally during the daytime. We will adjust our schedules to work evenings if there's excessive complaints in certain areas. But with the noise complaints, if you guys are calling it in, if you can give me like the actual address that the noise is coming from, I can research it and see how many times it's been called in. And then we can go and have a friendly talk with your neighbor the first time. And if it continues, then we'll have to take, some more drastic measures and making sure that they cease and desist. But we don't normally, unless you specifically send me a message to my unit, to me, or to my other coworkers, we're not aware of the noise complaints as they come in through the call center, because that goes to patrol and not us. But if you do call in for a noise complaint, we don't have a response time. So patrol covers 196-mile radius here. So imagine driving your car from the Royal Farms on Allentown Road to Eagle Harbor. That's how far out we go. We go from one end to the next. I could be 2 minutes from your home for a noise complaint, and the dispatcher may say reroute to a citizen robbery. So now
Right.
that's presence over a noise complaint. So now we have to detour and go there, and it could jump all night. I mean, it's been picking up pretty much in the District 5 in every area in Prince George's County, to be honest. And if somebody calls something in that takes presence over a noise complaint, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They are going to put it to the side until we handle the emergency calls, a shooting, a homicide, a robbery, something that's felonious. We're going to go to that or detour to that before we go to the noise complaint.
Totally
that
makes sense. To triage that, the address is 8506 Grand Haven Avenue.
Hold on 1 second. Are you able to put that in the text for me?
Sure.
I'll send it to you.
Text me the addresses, and then I'll research it. I have day work. I'm working evenings for you guys today, but I'm working day work tomorrow. So I'll research it when I go into the station tomorrow morning, and then
And
I'll
of course, of course, it's on the weekends,
Of
when
course.
it's in the evening time, so.
Okay, yeah, and we don't have a noise ordinance anymore. It's 24/7. So if your neighbor's playing loud noise or music at 10 a.m. and it's too loud for you, then we come out. So yeah, just send me the address. I'll research it in the morning.
Thank you.
And
Okay,
and
I just
me,
texted to you.
I see it. It just popped up. Me and one of my coworkers will come and give your neighbors a nice friendly visit. And if they can't abide by things after we, the nice guy, then I'm gonna have to turn it up a notch.
And it is a case where they've been out there, they turn it down while the police is there. When the police leave, they turn it back up, and then I get the complaint again. So there should be several in your files of a complaint at that address.
So, and that's fine too. If they want to play that game, that's fine. What I'll do is get Department of Permits, Inspections, and Enforcement involved. And depending on how excessive it is, they make this determination, not me, but I'm just letting you know how it works. We normally reach out to them with excessive noise complaints. If it's to their standards to where they can bring out their devices, they set up these devices, and these devices will stay, I think, 24 to 48 hours. Your neighbor will not know they're there. You guys will not know they're there or when they're going to put them there. They put them out and it reads the noise levels.
Wow.
Tells them the direction that the noise is coming from. So if they pick up a reading and it's coming from that house, then we will cite them that $500 fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
I love that. That's good.
So every time we have to come out after that, if they can't, if $500 wasn't enough, especially during the pandemic, I'll keep coming out and write $500 citations every time if I have to. They'll get tired of paying the money.
And if they're renting, does that go to the owner?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Because it's a loud noise ordinance complaint. It's a disorderly house complaint. That's what it's called. So let me look back into that, because at one point I know it did go to the owner of the home. But let me just make sure that they didn't change anything. I haven't really written a whole lot of stuff in years, but by all means, I will come out and write whatever I need to.
Okay. What are the names of the streets with poor lighting?
So one neighborhood is aware, and that's, I forgot the name of that community. It's all the way back off of Ricker Road. If you take Malton all the way back, I think is it Heathermore Boulevard, all the way back, and then it's a dead end. It's like the Dan Ryan homes back there, the newer townhomes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you
Way
take
in the back.
the apartments, yes.
Heathermore, way back.
Way back until you can't go anymore. You have to make
Right.
a left to Ricker Road. I spoke with the HOA, Katrina Mosh. They are aware, and I guess they're putting something into place, or trying to, at least, to get the lighting in certain spots that they have no lighting. I'm right here on Woodstock Drive East, and I'm on the right side of the road as I'm going towards Grand Haven. I can see Grand Haven from where I'm at. And I'm gonna tell you right now, on this right side, one light just went out. There's no lighting on this side. So that's probably why the activity, when these people are coming by, sitting in their vehicles,
Mhm.
smoking and doing things, there's no lighting on this side of the road. But the other
Okay.
side is lit.
Okay. I'm sorry, Ayana, I missed your question.
No,
Is
it's
there,
okay. I was gonna say, that's exactly right. I live right there and that light flickers in and out and yeah, the kids sit there and they smoke and they throw trash out and how do you, um, yeah. So I wanted to know this. So we have two officers on the block on Grand Haven, really almost like to the corner of Woodstock and Grand Haven. Do you have any like type of partnership with them or know, who the officers are in the neighborhood? Is there any type of, I don't know, not responsibility because these are their residents, but in their home. But just wondering if there's any type of cooperation or community involvement with the officers in the neighborhood.
So I'm gonna be very honest with you on that one, and I'm gonna explain why. I do believe, I think I know who one of the officers is. I don't know who the other cruiser belonged to. I do know her very well, but a lot of officers will not police where they live because it's a safety issue for their family. We had an officer, a good friend of mine, get half his head blown off in 2018 because he went
my
out and
God.
helped a neighbor on a domestic. Um,
I can
outside, right
understand
outside of
that.
his home. Yeah, so it can be very dangerous for us. And then when you have children that come outside and play and people know that they're children of the police officer that lives there, they give us a hard time or they always worried about what we're doing. It could become a very dangerous situation. So I'm gonna be honest, they're probably not gonna get involved because this is where they live. And a lot of times, when we get off from work, we really want to digress because our stress levels go through the roof as soon as we put the uniform on. So I don't think they're gonna really get involved in that manner, but I will be out here um, more frequently. Definitely me and my coworkers in the community policing unit. So you guys should see somewhat of a change.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't want to jump in front of nobody because I have another question. If you got one, go
Mhm.
ahead.
I have a
Yvette?
question. This is Sharisa.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi. Just based on what the officer was saying about poor lighting in the neighborhoods, is there some way that maybe we can get a recommendation as to what type of lighting, what streets would require the lighting, just so that it's something we can do in the neighborhood to be a little safer, maybe get the opinion of an officer or maybe just have someone maybe come and inspect the neighborhood at night and say, these are the spots that we see could probably use better lighting, like she said before, because we do have a lot of spots in the neighborhood and maybe people don't know that they can get lighting and request that. So is that something maybe that we can work on getting done? Because I feel it would deter a lot of crime if we do have some better lighting, but maybe we just don't know all of the spots. Like if I live on this side, I can probably tell you in my neighborhood where it needs lighting, but I don't know about the rest of the neighborhood.
So you're saying that they're not just out, there's no light post there at all?
Right, there's no
Okay.
lighting period, or the lighting positioning maybe is poor, or maybe we need additional lighting. So I'm just asking on her recommendation where she said she's sitting, is there maybe a program where you can have an officer do a drive around and say, hey, you guys, maybe you should think about getting some lighting here, or these are spots we see that are poorly lit that probably need to get some lighting?
So we don't actually do that. If you guys had part-time officers that worked when they were off duty, they would just service Marlton. They would be us, but they would just service your community. And if that was one of the things that you routinely wanted them to do, let you know which lights are out, where the poor lighting is, where there's no lighting, then yes, that can be established with something like that. But for us to just ride around the community just to see what's properly lit and what's not, we don't do that. Unfortunately, I apologize, but that would definitely have to be up to the HOA and whoever's designated to deal with this type of stuff on the HOA board, because only you guys know what you need and what you want to bring in. So even if, somebody comes out and say, hey, the lighting, you don't have any here or there on this street or that street, if the HOA comes out and say, hey, it's not in the budget, or hey, now we're going to put lights here, but not there, that would be totally a decision for them. So we don't generally get involved in stuff like that. But if it's a part-time deal where they're going around checking the neighborhood, because they do it at apartment buildings. When we work part-time at apartment complexes, we will go in and check laundry rooms and stuff like that, because that's one of the requirements that they're asking us to do, because we're solely working for them.
Hey, Paul, are you available? My husband works for Public Works. Let's see if he had anything to add. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Can you ask me the question again? I was sitting here doing homework for Layla. What was the question?
They want to know whether or not you guys have any added effort to putting lights in where it's dark, streets that are dark.
Well, I can contact the our utility department. If they may need to actually come out and do an upgrade of the lighting throughout Marlton, since a lot of the lighting there, the fixtures are probably outdated. So they've started upgrading a lot of the light posts throughout all of PG. I forget the name of the lighting, but it's a lot. It's I forget what they call it. It's a much brighter bulb that
LED.
they use fixture, like a LED, but a lot stronger, and
Okay.
the range is a lot wider. So I'll just have to contact somebody in my department and ask them to do an upgrade throughout Marlton.
So that would be a project for all of Marlton, or do you need addresses, or how does that work?
Well, if they're gonna upgrade it, they're not gonna do just one, because it wouldn't
Okay.
make any sense to have one like in the middle of, say, like Grand Haven, while all the other ones have the old fixtures. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if they're gonna upgrade it, they're gonna do throughout the whole. I don't know if it'll be throughout all of Marlton, but it'd be, it wouldn't be just one on one street. It'd be like the whole street.
Maybe a whole area then.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. And how long does that usually take, that process?
Well, somebody will have to come out and do an assessment. Of course, they'll have to, crunch some numbers to see how much it's going to cost, which
Right.
one needed a little bit more than the others. They'll probably also work with the police department to see which streets have more likely to have crime, break-ins, stuff like that. Which ones are more in need of it? Like the wooded areas, or of course, the dark areas where people will more likely be committing crimes.
Uh-huh.
So it could be anywhere between 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
But I could definitely get a time frame for my people in my department about that.
So how do we get it started?
Well, I'll just contact Jenny from my department,
Okay.
and just ask her to push that through and see what we could do, if we can get that done swiftly.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, let me reach out to Sydney Harrison's office tomorrow. I know they are privy to a lot of different programs or information that can guide you guys in the right direction. I want to help as much as possible. So let me also reach out to his office tomorrow, because I know they have a lot of connections throughout the county, and maybe we can get the ball rolling, or at least see, because I don't know if it's petition driven. I'm not sure, not to get the bulbs upgraded, but to get the actual poles installed
Right.
in certain area where there's no lighting,
Right.
compliments of the county. But I can't promise anything, but I do want to reach out to their office, because they have a lot of like I said, they have a lot of insight on a lot of things that we're not privy to. And they
Okay.
can probably, if they can't help, at least put us in that direction to where we can be assisted.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
I have one more question. This is Sharisa again. So with the weather warming up now, we know that we do have a problem in Marlton with the dirt bikes and the motorcycle riders. Is there anything else that the county is doing to try to deter some of this on the streets? Because not only is it a nuisance to the community, but it can get dangerous as well.
So we just had a big meeting with it was a Senate delegates from from Annapolis. It was State's Attorney Brave Boy. It was I think someone from also Brooks' office. And I think she might have been on the meeting. It was so many people on the meeting. But anyway, that has been an issue in everybody's neighborhood. And they're trying to figure out, they're trying to come up with like some type of strategic plan to at least deter a lot of it. Unfortunately, because in Prince George's County, we have a no pursuit policy, there's no way that we're able to, to chase them and stop them. If they'll stop for us, cool. If we can catch them while they're stopped, cool. I know we talked about trying to get increased air support to, kind of target down on where they are, where they're going, stuff like that, so we can get addresses and things of that nature. But it's not concrete now. But we had a lot of big wigs. We even had County Councilman Hawkins, as well as Sidney Harrison on the Zoom call as well. And they were all trying to come up with a way to deter it as much as possible, because there's no law into effect right now. Because if it is registered, and even if we confiscate it, it still goes back to the registered owner. The only time we are able to keep them and destroy them is if it's an unregistered one and nobody has paperwork on them, and we confiscate them. And then we can destroy them. But that doesn't happen very often. So it's one of those things. I feel your pain. I know your frustration. Trust me, I do. But I also have things that we cannot do as a police department right now. But they are trying to come up with different strategies into how we can start cracking down on this thing, because it's really getting out of control. So don't think that it's not in the works and we're not trying to figure out a way to stop it. But right now, like, we're waiting for the higher ups to give us direction with it, because right now we're stuck. If one rode past me right now doing a wheelie, I can't do anything to them. And I know that sounds crazy. I just work here and it frustrates me. But at the end of the day, I can't jeopardize, my career, and someone gets hurt or killed because I acted unlawfully trying to chase a guy on a dirt bike, and he falls, kills himself, or he injures or kills someone else.
I don't want to be out of order.
Go ahead.
Is it okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, so hi everybody. Hi Corporal Gamble, it's good to see you. So my name is Leslie Dwight. I am not a member of Marlton, but I'm your neighbor across the street in the Holloway Estates community. And we've been working on this issue for quite some time because we share the same concerns and the same sentiments that you all have around the dirt bikes and around the drag racing and just all these like transportation issues that have been, kind of coming up consistently in our communities. And so one of the things that we're doing right now is we are organizing within our communities to support some legislation that is in the works currently right now that will help address the issue. Now, this legislation won't give them the right to pursue, but what it will do is it'll impose fines for, speed racing. And so there are 3 bills that I want to bring to your attention tonight. And these are bills that are currently in the process in Annapolis. And there's a call to action. So if you want to know what you can do about it, just stay tuned. So there's a bill that's going through House Bill 178. And what that bill does is it provides sanctions around like a lot of motor vehicle violations, but specifically the speed racing, the drag racing piece. The bill, it has a companion bill that's gone through the Senate. It's been heard on both sides. It's right now sitting with the Judicial Proceedings Committee. And so we're looking to add some support to that bill so that when it, goes to the full legislature that, our legislators will act in our best interest and pass the bill. I do have some concerns about the bill from the House side. The House bill and the Senate bill read slightly different. The Senate bill imposes a $500 fine. The House bill imposes a $1,000 fine, but it also imposes up to a year's jail time. I'm just gonna be quite honest. I know you guys don't know me, but I do social justice work in my other hat, and I have an issue with things that kind of usher our people into the criminal justice system. So my support, when I draft the letter, it will be in support with amendments. And so it'll say basically that we support this legislation with the amendment that you take out the jail time. But what I can do is I can give you all the letter of support. You guys can tweak it however you want to tweak it, and send it forth to your legislators. The other bill that I wanted to bring to your attention was House Bill 619. And that bill, what that does is it designates the addition of speed cameras in the communities. So right now, the speed cameras can only really be put on county roads and by like school, like within a certain amount of radius within a school. And what this bill does is it allows the expansion into non-school areas, more specifically childcare centers. And so basically it's just another mechanism to try to slow down the traffic that is happening in and out of our communities. And that's important because one of the things that we saw was that when the big old sign, I know you guys see the sign that went up on 301 that said, something about targeted enforcement around drag racing. Have you guys seen that sign? It's out there on 301 now.
Yes.
So the challenge is that people are going to get familiar with that, right? And that it's not going to make any difference after a while. But that's a state road. And right now, local jurisdictions don't have the authority to put a speed camera there. If this bill passes, they'll have the authority to put speed cameras on state roads as well. So we are looking to put a letter of support in around that bill. And so those are the three bills. The one that enforces sanctions around, dangerous driving, but more specifically speed racing. The one that expands the territory so they can go in and put them in non-designated areas outside of school zones. And then the third one, which is the bill that gives local jurisdictions the ability to put speed cameras on state roads. So again, thank you for inviting me into this space to kind of give you the update on that.
I appreciate you, Leslie. Oh, one more thing before you go. Talk to them about the meeting that you're trying to set up with the Marlton apartment and the owners of the Food Lion owners.
Okay. So by way of context, again, we've been concerned about just some of the what the police department calls nuisance crimes that has been happening in and around our community. And in another call, there was just some shared concern from different communities in the area about, the loitering and the crime that's happening over in the shopping center of Marlton, the crime that's happening at that Shell gas station with the armed carjackings, the vandalism of the cars that's happening at the senior apartment complex that sits right next to that Food Lion shopping center. And so in a call with Senator Jackson, he recommended that, we kind of bring our stakeholders together and we have a conversation with the property owners. So the conversation that Corporal Gambill, I believe that she was talking about, was the conversation we had earlier this month with all of our county council people who represented us. So Mel Franklin, Councilmember Hawkins, Councilmember Harrison, Aisha Braveboy as our state's attorney. And so we were really just kind of talking about some of the emerging crime trends that we're seeing in our community. So we're going to come back together and we're going to, talk about next steps on how to resolve some of those issues. But there's still this issue about, crime that is happening in the apartment complex at Marlton, because there was a thought that what happens there kind of spills out and impacts the rest of the community. And not just that, but, I've been one to say, I'm slow to go over to the Food Lion because that whole element over there has changed. And so how do we make those areas safer? We can't talk about, strategies without bringing the folks who own that property to the table. So what we're working on right now for our next month's meeting is bringing the business owners to the table so that they can hear firsthand the concerns of the community, their customers, and we can begin begin to, do some collaboration and some coalition building together on how we can address some of the issues that we're seeing in the community. So that is in the works. And that next meeting is scheduled for the first Tuesday of the month. So the first Tuesday in April, that is April 6th at 7:30 p.m. And so I'll pass on the Zoom link, and you guys are more than welcome to attend.
Thank you so much, Miss Leslie. I appreciate you coming.
No problem.
Appreciate you. Anybody got any questions for Miss Leslie?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Let me see what somebody left a little chat. No,
Miss
no.
Leslie, don't have a question for you, but I just wanted to say thank you. And Mel Franklin looks forward to the meeting on April 6th to meet together with other stakeholders and business people. I'm representing him tonight, and he's going to be thrilled to know that you spoke so eloquently about projects. So thank you very much.
No, thank you, Bianca.
Mm-hmm. So you just snuck in here, Bianca. See?
No, I had my screen on. I had my camera open, but I said I'm not speaking tonight, so I just listened intently and took
Oh,
notes.
it's over now because I'm about to get that email for future meetings. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all showing up. I think that anybody else have any questions from? I'm sorry. Did you have something else?
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna drop my email in the chat, and I'm gonna excuse myself from your meeting so that you guys can continue your business. But please feel free to reach out if you guys have any questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Miss Bianca, I want you to drop your email in the chat too, personally for me. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for that. Anybody else have any questions about what we had so far? And I guess that's a no because I ain't heard from nobody. The last thing we have I wanted to share with you guys was new, well, it's new as of January 31st, I think is when we rolled it out, our website. And the Marlton website, which has all of the information that you, I got chat stuff. Okay, those are the emails. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Come on. The website.
The website.
Thank you. The website that we have, www.marlton.org. And I'm so proud of it. We've been working on it for a while, and we want to share it with you just to let you know what we've been working on, and that you can go there and it's going to be a living website where we can update it often. And if you know anybody that's interested in updating websites, please let us know. And I'll drop our email in the, Lexi, can you drop our email in the chat for everybody? And you take it away, Miss Ayan. Ayan's going to do the presentation for our website.
Sure. So I'm going to share my screen with you all. And thank you so much, Eric, for doing the bulk of this work. He's been a wonderful technical person. I started out some work with him on this, and he's just really been doing all of our updates and everything like that. And we've grown to become very proud of it. And it's always a work in progress. So let me share my screen. And let's see. Oh, I have to make it. Wait a minute. I want to make it big so that y'all can see. Oh, but wait a minute. I'm sorry. I gotta make sure I get there, but I gotta make sure it wait. Can you see it? Can you see it?
No, you're not sharing.
Oh, wait a minute. Goodness gracious. And I do this all day, you would think. Okay, I didn't share. I just selected it without sharing.
Right.
Okay, wait, let me get here. Can you see it?
We see your email or your Gmail stuff.
Okay, and let's get rid of that. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on, new share. Okay, I think this is where, okay, let me try this. Can you see it?
There we go.
Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So this is basically our home page here. And I'm just going to go through just sort of the highlights of the website here. So here, is our entrance here. Community starts with you. Here we have upcoming events, and I'll just click on our upcoming events so that you're able to see that it directs you to.
Yeah, coming
A little
in.
slow with the screen sharing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So here for March, we have our quarterly board meeting here. So just so that you can see that. So the upcoming events are linked to the calendar. Since COVID is, we're in this pandemic and it's rampant still, you can click here and you can find the Prince George's County page for more information. So we're going to go into our About Us. You'll find here our lovely Neighborhood Alliance officers, including our president, Alexis. So that's just so you get to know us a little bit better. Marlton maps, which I thought was a nice addition here. So this map here, you'll see all of the initial mapping of Marlton and the HOAs and the plan. You'll see here, there's a map here. This is population and some stats, 2010. It will not be updated because we just had a census or in the process of, getting that information from 2020 census information there.
And we'll update it.
This is one of our most important pages here. It's our donation page. You can Cash App, you can, let me get rid of this here, my little thing here. There's the donate button, which when you click on here, and it's on every single page, donate, make a difference. Again, Cash App, which is easy and great, use it all the time. Or the donate button also takes you to a page where you can donate via PayPal. Isn't that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Thank
You
you.
can donate PayPal, you can do it Venmo, I think also, as
Right.
well as this Cash App. And understand, this is outside of dues. I mean, at this point in time, we're trying to collect enough funds to keep us up and running, keep our website up and running. And as we can, hound the homeowners associations to pay their dues or individuals to pay their dues, this is just, that bridge the gap.
Right. Thank you, Regina, our wonderful treasurer who is keeping us together with the money. So then we go into our social page here, our social menu. Thank you. It's a little slow. I'm sorry, you guys, when you screen share. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. So here actually is just our amenities in the neighborhood. And thank you so much, Mr. Anthony Jones, for sharing all your information about the Marlton Pool. And it'll be so great to update this information. We have a link to the Marlton Swim and Recreation Club here. And with your information that you've given us this evening, we will update and we'll be in contact with you as our, as our contact person over there. So we thank you so much for sharing. Hopefully we'll have an update on this golf course situation because that's been an interesting development there with the person that owns it, written it out to someone who is using it as a studio at the moment. So, we'll be give you a little bit more information about that as soon as we get it, just to let you know. FAQs here. Come on. So here's how do you become a member of the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance, gives you a little bit of information there. Just a couple of FAQs that we could think of. We'll also put the information here, Mr. Jones, about the neighborhood pool costs. And please, folks, if you guys have any suggestions or any questions yourself that you think that should belong on the website or other people, are constantly asking, or you're talking about, with your neighbors, please suggest it as an FAQ. That would be very, very helpful. We don't have any photos yet. It is under construction. When we are able to get together again, we will have some photos, hopefully. So this is our resident page here, our resident menu, where I think this is really great because it gives you so many important phone numbers, you guys. So it's all of our non-emergency phone numbers. Here's our utilities and trash service. Our city services, all of the schools, local and state government officials, ordinances, noise complaints, all of that. If you see a number here that you would like to see here, please, please, please let us know. Here are the HOAs that are in Marlton here. And there, I think somebody asked about the Marlton Control Commission that they're trying to get in touch with.
Yes.
But those are the HOAs that we have currently here, which is actually down. When I first moved here in 2009, it was 10. So it's nice that they've consolidated somewhat. We are putting out a newsletter soon, which we're very happy. It's coming soon. So unfortunately, we were not able to, we were not able to come to actually put this out in January, February, just, some people with their constraints and work and things like that. But April, there will be a newsletter. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to house all of our newsletters here. There'll be thumbnails and you'll be able to go back and see, and it'll be all this exciting stuff about just the community and just articles and, bulletin and things like that. And anyone who wants to advertise can submit an article and they can advertise for free, which is a great thing. So if you have a small business, big business, if you have a big business, you should be making a donation right here. But if you have a smaller business or just want to generate some activity in the community or just let us know about you, that'd be great. I think this is a really important page here, the senior resources. There are a lot of seniors in our area that, might need a senior call check-in. Prince George's Aging and Disability Services Division, but this is an information you can use to check in on our seniors, which I think is really important at this time as we're not able to be together. Then later on, we will have, more events, but again, here's our wonderful quarterly meeting. If you have an event that is related to Marlton community, please let us know and we can share it here. But for the most part right now, these are our holidays and that's about it. So this is our first stab at the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance website. And you know what? Wait, there's one more thing here. And it was, is it the contact us where they're,
Yes.
the volunteer, here you go. I'm sorry, I missed this page and I'm like, that's so important, I think. If you like to volunteer, you can volunteer here and you can set up, fill in your information, complete the form. It'll go right to the website, the contact email. If you have any suggestions, because you may not want to say it now, but you may have all kinds of suggestions. You may say, this is great, this is crappy, I think we should do this, I think whatever. We are very open to suggestions. It will not hurt our feelings if you have critiques or anything like that. We want to make it better. We want to make sure that you guys can, you will come to it for information and others as well. And there's also a general contact button for that.
Which will go to the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance at gmail.com, which is our primary email address.
Yes. So I believe that is it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and ask if anyone has any questions, even any technical.
Thank you, Bianca. Thank you, Miss Johnson Bailey and Mr. Wicks for, really designing that website. You guys did a fabulous job.
Yes, you did.
Gotta say it here. Gotta say it.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
We'll do it without you. Trust me.
Alexa too, she was in there on some technical assistance. So
yes, it was a team effort for sure.
It definitely was.
So, thank you guys.
Appreciate that.
And, please, like again, please share. We're all, this is our community. This is our neighborhood. We want to make it good. We want to make it nice. We want to make it cool too, So
Right.
Please share. Thanks for the platform.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Diane. Okay, that was it. Now we just wanted to mention again that we brought up the newsletter that we're going to have coming out in April. And this fantastic way, I call them barter articles. Barter articles simply mean that if you write an article, you can shout out or plug in your business. I was really looking for somebody that did landscaping for two reasons, because I wanted to bug them about some stuff, but it would be nice to have them put an article in about gardening for spring, what flowers, this and that. And so I didn't get one. So if you know anybody that lives in Marlton, because we want to keep it in the family, right? Please let them know. I can hold on until Sunday. No, I can't. Just gotta have your article in. But yeah, come and call me anyway. if they have an article. If not, then we'll just have to wait till next time. Yeah, again, the.
Next meeting.
Huh? Yeah, I know, right? Next week. This month is going by so fast, my God.
June the 9th.
It was just the end of February. Okay. It's just lost on me. Okay. So that's it really. I got, unless I'm missing something, Miss Regina, tell me what I'm missing. I said about the newsletter. I told her I was gonna have it in April. Oh, the next meeting, right? Gotta tell her the
Yes,
next
June the
meeting.
9th, same time, same bat channel, 6:30 p.m.
And y'all, can y'all ask your friends to come so we can talk? I mean, so we can have more community. Hopefully this was a really good meeting and you'll invite more people.